Hey Eagles fans, I'm Thomas Mott. Welcome into the Eagles Report, and today, let's do a 4-round mock draft where I drafted for the Eagles in a draft simulator, and I will show you who was available, who I took, and who I did not take through the first 4 rounds of the 2020 NFL Draft. Let's see what the Eagles can do with a lot of their draft picks, at least the early on draft picks, numbers 1 all the way through 4. Before we start, thumbs up for a draft simulator. Let me ask you guys this. What if I did a live video on YouTube later this week where we did a full mock draft together where you guys can interact and comment back and forth live? You guys like that? Thumbs up and let me know about it in the comment section. We'll probably do that later on this week if you guys would like that idea. Without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right in. All right, so what can the Eagles do in the 2020 draft through the first 4 rounds? Obviously, the most important rounds in most drafts going into 2020. What are we going to do? Maybe wide receiver, corner, safety, D-end, linebacker, something else? Where do we go? What I decided to do for this video was go to the draftsimulator.com, the draftnetworksimulator.com. Just Google Draft Simulator is the first one that pops up. You can select your team. I selected the Eagles, and then I decided to go 4 rounds and pick based on the projected board that the draft website had. So, again, is this what's going to happen in the 2020 first, second, third, and fourth round? No idea. Plus, there'll be a ton of trades actually in the actual draft. This gives you a good, look at what the Eagles could do if certain players are not there when the Eagles are picking at their current projected slot. So again, I don't want to hear any, why didn't you trade up? Or why'd you do it that way? These are who were available. I took my best shot at who I thought would be perfect for the Philadelphia Eagles, and I want to see what you guys think in the comment section down below. We start number 21 overall. I had to take a wide receiver. It's not the one I wanted, but it's still a very good wide receiver. Arguably the best in the country last year. Laviska Shenault out of Colorado, an all-purpose, explosive, everywhere outside wide receiver who's going to come right in and be a grown man for the Philadelphia Eagles. Here's the deal. Ruggs, Lamb, Jeudy. They were all gone. Jeudy went to he was a Jet, I think, at 11. Then Ruggs went to Denver, and then CeeDee Lamb went to Oakland before that, and then Ruggs went to Denver. So those are the 3 teams that we already knew going into the 2020 draft that would want a wide receiver. So those 3 guys, obviously I would like Ruggs, Lamb, or Jeudy before Shenault, but they were all gone at this point. Now, Delpit, Justin Jefferson, and Jalen Reagor out of TCU, the other wide receiver, were all there at 21, but I decided to go with Laviska Shenault instead of all 3 of those because I thought that all around, he's a better wide receiver. Now, again, you can argue Justin Jefferson had a crazy good statistical year last year, and Jalen Reagor, very underrated. Didn't see a lot of him at TCU, as most people didn't see a lot of him at TCU, but the film jumps off of the tape in terms of his ability. So, did I make the right pick? Let me know in the comment section down below. I like Shenault. Big play waiting to happen, has a lot of family things that happened to him in the past, losing his father that I think has grown him up and matured him a lot to go into his rookie year as a wide receiver, not overwhelmed by the National Football League and the pressure. I would have liked Ruggs, I would have liked Lamb or Jeudy more, but I'm okay with taking a wide receiver at 21. We had to take a wide receiver at 21, and Laviska Shenault out of Colorado makes a ton of sense. Now, if I was the Eagles, and I'm sitting there with my second round pick being number 53, and I had the chance to trade up to take Grant Delpit, because Grant Delpit fell, hard, like mid-second round in this draft. I would have traded up to go ahead and get the safety Grant Delpit. Now, if that's not the case in the draft, that's fine, but for our case, intents and purposes, we could not trade up, so we're sitting there at 53, and the question was, what were we going to do at 53, our first pick in the second round, our second pick overall. I went with Trevon Diggs, the cornerback out of Alabama. I went corner, right? Now, there was Arnett, Delpit, and McKinney were all were all gone by 53. It's why I said I would have traded up for Grant Delpit. But Jonathan's People-Jones, Terrell, they were all there as well. I just thought that he was the best cornerback still available on the draft board. I looked at the other wide receivers. I didn't want to go with a second-round pick for Donovan Peoples-Jones, or a guy like Denzel Mims out of Baylor. It just felt a little bit too early. I really wanted Delpit at this spot, but instead we'll go and still get a cornerback, because most likely if we get one in free agency like a Chris Harris Jr., we're not going to get 2, and so this is what you have to do is by signing one, you have to draft one as well. So I got Trevon Diggs out of Alabama. Very good in zone coverage and not bad in press man as well. He's a little bit undersized in terms of being a little bit beefier, or I'd like him to be a little bit beefier. Not a great tackler, but I think there's a lot of potential. He's starting cornerback in the National Football League. Trevon Diggs, number 53 overall, was my pick. Pick number 85 is fascinating to me because the Eagles can do anything with pick number 85. Malik Harrison and Bryce Hall were both gone. Darrell Taylor and Troy Pride were there, but I decided to go with Denzel Mims, the wide receiver out of Baylor. Now, I'm a little bit biased because I went to Baylor and I covered Denzel Mims for the majority of his career and watched him grow up before my eyes from being the third option on that team to really being the number one wide receiver for Baylor the last couple of years with Charlie Brewer at quarterback. He's just a grown man. He's a proven starter. He's been there his entire career. Instead of 4 years at Baylor, he's went to the Senior Bowl. He dominated the Senior Bowl. I think he's going to go, much like Jalen Hurd, his former teammate at Baylor. He went in the third round of San Francisco. I can see Denzel Mims going in the third round as well. I thought edge rusher here. I wanted a linebacker here, but all the linebackers just wasn't good. Like the linebackers that I wanted were not there. Also, I'll say this, Isaiah Simmons was gone by 21, or else I would have thought about him at 21 overall in the first round, but he was gone. Fair, I'd let you guys know there. I wanted to use the third round pick to get a linebacker, but just the value wasn't there. And if you could come away with two wide receivers in the first 3 rounds, Shenault and a guy like Denzel Mims, boy, Carson Wentz is going to be a very happy guy in terms of the draft that would take place in 2020. Again, going through the draft network here, we go to our final pick of this mock draft in the first 4 rounds, 117 overall. And I actually went Kevon Wallace, the safety out of Clemson. Now, I thought about Alton Robinson, the DN out of Syracuse, because it was like, 4th round, trying to get some value here, your best available, because again, there were no good linebackers left. There were really no other good cornerbacks left, but I landed on Wallace, a guy I'd watched at Clemson the past couple of years, a guy who plays safety, but they moved him all the way around. He played some corner, he played some nickel corner, he was in the box, he backed up. He's a little bit undersized, but he's thick and can hit you. I know that we don't need a safety right now, but you throw him into a cornerback room, a secondary room that's going to lose, Darby and Mills most likely. So you got to move some people around. Maybe he plays the slot overall until he takes over from Malcolm Jenkins in a couple of years at safety. Kevon Wallace, a lot of value there at 117 overall. He was projected to go in the 3rd round, so the fact he fell, why I jumped on him. Alton Robinson, again, from Syracuse, was the best defensive end available on the board in my mock draft, so if you wanted to go D-end, would not be surprised if the Eagles did that because they always seem to get a D-end at some point in the NFL draft, but you're kind of hoping that Josh Sweat turns into that next rotational pass rusher, as he was this past year, that we don't have to go ahead and draft his replacement already. Kevon Wallace can play everywhere. I think a guy like Jim Schwartz likes the idea of having a Swiss Army knife in the secondary for Philadelphia going forward, who is eventually going to take over for Jenkins or McLeod once one of them leaves or retires, like we probably expect Malcolm Jenkins to do in the next, 3 years? Max is how long he's going to play. He's been in the league for a very long time, over 30. Probably going to re-sign him this off-year to a 2 to 3 year deal, but after that, you could see Wallace go ahead and climb in there. And obviously playing at Clemson, he's playing in some big games. He's played against very good players in terms of Ruggs and Jeudy, the wide receivers at Alabama. It just makes a lot of sense. So, there you go. There's 4 rounds. We got Shenault, the wide receiver, 21st overall. Trevon Diggs, the cornerback, out of Alabama at 53. We got Denzel Mims, the wide receiver, out of Baylor. And 117, we got Kevon Wallace, the safety, out of Clemson. How'd I do? What do you guys think? I know there's going to be a lot of controversy, a lot of comments down below. I'm up for it. I'm just curious what you guys think of this draft. If this draft happened, would you be excited? What did we need to get? Who could we have gotten that I did not go ahead and draft? Let me know in the comment section down below. If you like any of these picks, give it a thumbs up. I think that for sure, all of Eagle fans would be fine with Shenault at 21. Again, no Ruggs, no Jeudy, no Lamb, no Isaiah Simmons. Delpit was there. Rager was there. There were some other options, but to me at 21, this would be your best option for a wide receiver. 2nd round, again, the linebacker out of Kenneth Murray out of Oklahoma was already gone. A lot of the guys I wanted, Delpit was gone. I just had to settle for Trevon Diggs, a corner who you hope has got good SEC experience, can come right in and play. Value in the 3rd round with Denzel Mims, and value in the 4th round as well with Kevon Wallace, the safety out of Clemson. Again, I think the Eagles will go for need early, and then because they have, quite a few needs in terms of D-end and linebacker and wide receiver and corner, that they might just take the best player available at one of those positions in the 3rd and 4th round, and that's what I did in this draft. Again, rate my draft down below. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. What about, and I talked about this at the beginning of the video, but if you're still here, let me know if you guys would like the idea of me doing a live video later this week, Thursday or Friday in the evening, and I'll send out a tweet and I'll schedule it all, so don't worry about it. Follow me on Twitter, by the way, at Real Thomas Mott. But I do a YouTube live video. You guys can interact. You guys ask me Eagles questions, and I do a live mock draft with you guys. That way we can kind of interact and see who you guys want to go ahead and draft. Let me know if you guys like that idea. Thumbs up if you like the idea. and comment down below. That way I can confirm that a lot of people like that idea as well, because I'm trying to do a lot of unique and new content here at the Eagles Report that you don't see anywhere else. And so hopefully we'll be creative together going forward. All the time we have for today. The Eagles Report, I'm Thomas Mott. Be sure to subscribe down below. We're probably at 5,000 subs by the time you're watching this video. If we're not, though, stop, go down, subscribe, notification bell. You guys know the drill overall. We'll see y'all in a video next couple of days. Eagles Report, I'm Thomas Mott, signing off. Enjoy the rest of your day. Did you like that video? Thanks for watching, but why don't you click this video right here, because we did it just a couple of days ago, and guess what? It's about the Eagles too. Like that video? Why don't you subscribe right down here? That way you're notified whenever we release more videos here on the Eagles Report. It's the fastest growing Eagles channel here on YouTube. Video, subscribe, click them right now. Go ahead, click them.